Let's play. That is a great reference for those who get it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard to the Department of BS. I'm coming to you from the lovely beaches of Long Island, New York. Part of the Belly of Sports and Belly Up Media Networks. In a chair this time.
You've always been in a chair. No one's been able to see it until now.
No one's been able to see this chair because this is my throne of stupidity. I like to call it. This is also my version of the Iron Throne. It's not
sure.
It's not anything special, let's be honest here. My name is Staniel Smooth. This is Time to BS with Staniel Smooth, and also my co-host in this delightful stupidity fest. He is the man, the myth, and the legend from the U Stadium Network and from the sunny state of lovely California. Jack Mitchell.
How's it going, folks?
My delightful partner in chaos.
There will be chaos, by the way.
Good fucking lord.
There's so much chaos, we couldn't contain it within a pre-recorded video, so we have to go live for this. So
it's not even the fact that we just had to go live. It's that we've done this. We've done live streams before on Time to BS. We've done it numerous times.
We have.
The problem is, yours truly is fucking stupid. Yours truly is me. And could not figure out StreamYard to save his life. It's like, oh, do I have to do this button? Do I have to do this button? So if you hear Jack's sound clear as day, that means it's working. If you hear my sound clear as day, that means it's working. Fantastic. We love these things. Right, Jack? We love these things?
We do. We do. We absolutely love these things.
Also, new sound button. Exhibit A. In honor of the late, great James Earl Jones. May he rest in paradise. The Force is always strong with him. Jack, what the fuck is up?
Man, last couple days have been insanity, to say the least.
Yeah. Dude,
Saturday, I'm gonna dive into my soccer fandom very briefly because the LA Galaxy, with a very clutch win against Vancouver, they expand their lead in the Western Conference. So they have a very, very, very realistic chance to finish as the number one seed in the West, which is awesome, especially compared to where they were last year. Sunday, both the Dodgers and Rams, with epic come from behind victories. I'm sure we will get more into that very much later.
Most likely.
Monday, Jey Uso, the Intercontinental Championship.
Jesus Christmas. And we have banners for this episode, so we actually get to see, like, the banners and shit like that, so I can clip this crap a lot easier. And, you know, it's post videos and shit on YouTube and TikTok and stuff, because, you know, content creation is key.
Indeed.
In this department.
Indeed.
I'm wearing glasses.
Nerd.
That's a sound I need to get. Just Homer Simpson yelling, nerd!
Nerd!
But you're probably wondering, what the fuck? You never wear glasses. I don't. That's because these are blue lights. And every now and then I get, like, migraine headaches and shit like that, so it's not fun. Not particularly fun, but here we are nonetheless. The Rams also saved your ass this past Sunday.
God.
You were ready to run through a building if they lost that game. Let's let's put this into context here. The Rams started 0-2 this season.
Should not be 0-2 to start the year.
Should not have been 0-2, but say what you want, they started 0-2. They lost in week 2 45-14 to the Cardinals.
I don't know. I don't care. It was a blowout. It was terrible.
Marvin Harrison Jr. proceeded to go fucking ape shit. And good for him, because he had a slow start week 1 for the Cardinals.
His first touchdown wasn't even a touchdown.
Yeah, okay, you.
I'm not going to get that deep into it because we're talking about another game here, but...
Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up.
I'm going to use that sound a lot with you.
And I'll just be spamming the buzzer. So, come at
Oh,
me.
Jesus.
Come at me.
Bite me, bitch. Bite me. Oh, shit. Let's see what we got here. So, yeah, with the rundown. Yeah, Jack's Rams did win on Sunday, so Los Angeles improves to 1-2 on the season.
You were going on something there. You were talking about it felt like you were building up to describing the game, but sure, go ahead.
But yeah, I'm getting to that because you know how this show is. It just
Yeah,
it
we got to
derail-
recap everything first, and then we'll dive in.
It derails like wildfire.
Yeah,
Like,
that too.
we have no direction. We've never had a direction on this program. We will continue to not have a direction because fuck everything. Let's be honest here. Matthew Stafford, from what I saw of the game, played relatively well, right?
Not relatively well. He played like the best quarterback in the league.
I was being
He really
modest.
did. I think he had a better game than Mahomes, honestly. I really do.
I was being modest.
Fair.
Being modest.
So Jaden Daniels also with some competition that
Yeah,
in
Jaden
that
Daniels,
regard.
what the fuck?
Came
He
out of
out-
nowhere.
He out LSU'd Joe Burrow on Monday Night Football.
Are the Bengals 0-3 now?
They are officially 0-3 as we're.
Oh my! Where did that go? Like what? I know that team typically gets off to a slow start, but geez, Louise.
Can we also, celebrations in order, my friend, because you're looking at one of 5 teams that are 3-0 this to
Okay,
start
okay,
the
okay.
2024 NFL season. Let me have my fun.
You can have have your fun. Have your fun.
Let me have my fun. Let me have my fun because did you say that the Seahawks would not make the playoffs?
Probably.
Yes, you did. I have receipts, motherfucker. Because you picked the
So
Rams
do I.
to win, you picked the Rams to go to the Super Bowl. You picked the Niners to be in the playoffs. I think I had this correct. I would check your notes. A very good amount of people. Now, I want to keep pump the brakes here because it is also week 3. But I am allowed to have my fun because the Seahawks ranked top 5 in total defense so far this season. Top 5 in almost every category. I have reasons to be excited in the new Mike McDonald era. They're also first in pressures. Yes.
Here is the point that I'm going to make. You're having your fun, and I get that. And, obviously, props to the Seahawks for beating who's in front of them. Week 1, they play the Broncos. They play Bo Nix in his first career game.
Bo Nix actually looked pretty decent.
Okay. He looked okay, but it was his first game.
Yeah.
He definitely had a lot of first game jitters.
Yeah.
Week 2, you're playing the Patriots. You played against Jacoby Brissett. I can't say his name. Jacoby Brissett. You needed overtime to beat Jacoby Brissett.
Can we also
Patriots?
Can we also give credit to Gerard Mayo?
Sure.
They might have
We
their
can.
coach. They might have their coach. Granted,
Week
still
3, the Dolphins don't have Tua.
Yeah.
Skylar Thompson is not good at football.
No, you're
I'm
right.
sorry.
You're right. No, you're right.
So
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong.
You get where I'm getting at, though.
I'm going to cut you off and say this. I do not think you are wrong. It is still early. They played Detroit on Monday night. In Detroit.
There's your test.
In Detroit. That is their first big test.
Monday Night Football.
The Seahawks, correct me if I'm wrong, play the Niners in week 8. I have the schedule. No, they played the Niners on October 10th on Thursday Night Football
Interesting.
at home in Lumen Field. So they're at Detroit Monday night and 2 straight games at home against the Giants, Danny Derps, and the 49ers 4 days later. Their big test is San Francisco. because Detroit's Detroit. I wouldn't be mad if they lost to the Lions. Would
I'm
not
not-
be mad
I'm-
at all.
I want to see where the Niners are at in terms of injuries and
Yeah.
stuff too, because, and like, again, you said it's early, but my early impression from the 49ers so far is that they look kind of soft, honestly.
They do.
They really do. Like, yes, there are injuries. I'm not discrediting that. Obviously, they have injuries, but they're known for being a very deep team with a plug-and-play offense. No one knew who Jordan Mason was before this year. CMC gets hurt, and it's like, oh, how are the Niners going to respond? They don't have CMC. They take their backup, and their run game kicks ass.
Let's also put in perspective here. Christian McCaffrey might be out longer than we think he might be.
Yeah, he is
might-
ending up having to see a specialist in
He might
Germany
be out
for
the
his
season.
They haven't said that yet, but when you have to leave the country to see somebody about a lingering Achilles problem, not the greatest sign.
Andrew Luck would like a word, by the way. He had to see a European specialist for his shoulder.
And I'm not saying he's doing anything wrong by doing that, but
No, he's not.
it's just like it's not the greatest sign in the world that is what it has come down to, because yeah, that's just injuries suck. That's just what it is. They're missing
But,
Deebo Samuel too. They have pieces though. It's not like they don't have pieces. And Brock Purdy, I mean, I'm willing to give him credit. That was like one of those games where it felt like, yeah, he was getting the job done, and they didn't show up. Like they blew a lead again under Kyle Shanahan.
Hilarious.
It's like the defense doesn't look very inspiring. They lost to the Vikings. The Vikings look legit, by the way.
But what the fuck happened to Sam Darnold?
I was stunned. They actually like I think I predicted them with like what, only 3 wins without JJ
We both
McCarthy.
did.
They look
We both
legit.
did. Yeah, they
Yeah.
look scary. And
I
by the
fill
way,
out my apology form to Minnesota.
Brian Flores also. That man could coach defense.
I don't like Brian Flores. He is good though.
Yes, we are aware of Rams PTSD from Super Bowl 53.
Not just that Super Bowl, but sure. That's part of it, but that's not the only reason why.
Why else? Now I'm curious.
Tua's first career start.
Oh yeah, it was against the Rams, right?
Yeah, we shut them out in the second half, but we lost the game because we couldn't score enough points because we kept making mistakes on offense because their defense was just better.
Who do you guys play? Oh yeah, I have game picks. You guys play Chicago, so you are in game picks. So to run down the show, we have some football talk. We got some hockey talk because Puck is coming, Jack. Puck
It is.
arrived.
I was watching preseason hockey last night too.
Hey, Isles
So-
and Rangers tonight too, from the Garden. Oh,
We got the lovely joy of being the opponents for the first home game for the Utah Hockey Club.
Ah. We also got some thoughts on the upcoming Bad Blood Premium Live event. A debate on Bryce Young, which don't start. We will get to that. Yeah, shut up, you. Favoritism on the Chiefs, the potential AEW TV deal. That's you get to ask some questions and stuff like that. But I got you on that one. Game picks. Chiefs favoritism, and yes, Jey Uso did win the Intercontinental Championship. We'll talk about that too. Why did it look like a praying mantis?
What?
It looked like a stick figure.
My arms are skinny. Don't judge.
Sorry, we don't judge here.
I'm trying to fit within, like, because I'm closer to my screen than you are, so I have to like fit.
It's like scooch back. You don't have a
Yeah.
zoom in the camera. You don't have a zoom back.
I don't have a zoom.
Damn.
I'm just a webcam. Maybe I can adjust the zoom, but I don't want to.
We don't. We're lazy.
If I could adjust the zoom, I probably would look into that. But I like showing off this Drew Doughty sign stick. So
We like the stick.
do not.
Yes, the sound, the Old Spice button is still there. Jack, let's also be fucking real. The show would be boring without our soundboards.
I wouldn't say that,
It-
but yes.
Jack. Let's be honest here.
Compared to the shows we've done in the past.
Let's be fucking honest here for a second. Can you imagine if we were the same generic ESPN type podcast? It's like, oh, how does this affect LeBron's legacy? Like, can you imagine if we were that?
I mean, that's
No.
sort of what I do on my other show with Splash, but sure.
But still, but you know what I mean.
Not to the same extent, at least. Like, we still have fun, is what I mean.
Okay. Good. You get the Sonic button. The Sonic button is delightful.
It is. That's not one that I have.
Ha! Dan wins. Dan wins.
I've got the Mario jump, which I used when Kyron Williams scored his touchdown.
I love our soundboards. This makes this more fun. It makes it so much fun. Jack. Wait, fuck. There it is. Do you want to talk some puck?
Let's do it.
Expectations for the Kings?
Expectations for the Kings are no expectations whatsoever.
Wow, really?
A little bit. I mean,
Come
I'll say this.
on.
I'll say this. The judging by what we have seen from the Kings in training camp so far, they look a lot more physical, a lot tougher, a lot faster. They're not stuck to playing the 1-3-1 anymore. And that was kind of apparent in their preseason game last night against Utah. Now, granted, they did play mostly you know how I can't use the same term starters, because starters in the NFL versus starters in the NHL, it's a little bit different than that. But Utah was the team that played mostly NHL players. We were playing mostly like our bottom six forwards, AHL forwards, stuff like that.
So basically the number twos, essentially.
Yes, the B
Okay.
team, if you will.
The B team. Not
They
to be
played
confused-
a good game, honestly. When you look at the teams they fielded, I feel like the Kings played, you know, they were keeping Utah honest. Like, Utah took a 2-0 lead on penalties. I thought the penalties were terrible calls because, surprise.
NHL
but-
bullshit.
Yeah, I can't wait to get back into that again. But
I like
But yeah,
that
the-
button too.
I might actually have that button.
The smash button. You bitch.
Jack wins. I take that one.
You ho. Just for that, Jack. Just for that. You will have to go one-on-one with the Undertaker. Don't do it, you bitch. Don't do it. Don't, you fucking slut.
We always get into the soundboard war, and then I forget where I'm going with this sentence.
Kings hockey, damn it.
Yes. Yeah. No, I basically made my point. They played pretty well for a B team against an A team. I thought they played
Jesus.
a solid game. They played fast. Had a couple nice goals. The goalie prospects, I'm very excited for what the Kings have to offer in goalies in the future. So, I mean, maybe they make the playoffs. They should. I don't think they should miss the playoffs. I'll say that, but I don't really.
The Pacific Division as a whole, with the excess of Vancouver and Vegas, and also Edmonton, who made the final. The Pacific Division should remain the same, right?
For now, yeah,
The Kraken are probably going to get better.
I expect them
Right?
to.
I'd expect them to. New coach, Dave Haxtell's no longer there, thank God. But can we also put this in realization here? How the fuck did Dave Haxtell get another job?
Where is he now?
I don't know where he is, but how the fuck did he get hired by the Kraken? Did Seattle learn... Did the NHL learn nothing from his time in Philadelphia?
Apparently not.
I want to go on a rant here because... Jack, you're a fan of the Kings. I mean, their previous head coach was... Fuck, what was his name?
Todd McClellan.
Todd McClellan, thank you. Todd McClellan has been a head coach on 3 different occasions now. With the Kings, most notably San Jose, and was also with Edmonton for a hot minute. Lindy Ruff, guess where he is now?
He is Buffalo, I believe.
He's back with the Sabres. Okay? Lindy Ruff coached the Sabres from the 90s until 2013. He then went to coach the Dallas Stars for God knows how long. Then he was with New Jersey. Now he's back with the Sabres.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Getting my point here. Alain Vigneault, most notably with the Vancouver Canucks and the New York Rangers, won 3 President's Trophies between the two teams, also made 2 appearances in the Stanley Cup Final, fired on multiple occasions. Was also with Philadelphia, last team with the Flyers. John Tortorella won a cup with Tampa in 2004. Various amounts of success with the Rangers. Columbus. He was great with the Jackets. And now with Philadelphia. Where am I going with this, you might ask? The NHL is a fucking boys club. Okay?
Yeah, it is.
It does not matter.
That's why Rob Blake still has a job.
It's crazy because you have certain situations where there are various amounts of coaching prospects down in the AHL or in the minor leagues, or hell, even college hockey or juniors that should get an NHL shot. Now, granted, Edmonton last year, perfect example. They let Jay Woodcroft go. They hired Connor McDavid's junior coach. All of a sudden, they're in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final against Florida. Came back from a 3-1 series lead. Okay?
The win streak that they were on, it was a 3-0 series lead, first of all, and
Close enough.
they won, like, I think 17 games in a row after looking like they were going to finish in the cellar of the division.
Insane.
Ridiculous win streak.
Insane.
I don't know how they pulled that off.
Now, it also...
Yes, head coaching change and all, but still, like...
Yeah, it does help when the MVP of the entire fucking league also...
Yeah, it does.
It also helps...
Teams aren't supposed to do that. Teams are never supposed to win that many games in a row.
No, but it also... when the Islanders fire, I'll get to the Islanders and my thoughts on their potential season, their thoughts in the season in a second. When the Islanders let Barry Trotz go, I threw my arms in the air and said, what the fuck are they doing? And then they hired Lane Lambert to be the new coach, and then they fired his ass, and then they brought back Patrick Waugh from the depths of retirement, essentially, or coaching retirement from the NHL in this case.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? They could have gone the minor league route. They could have. They very easily could have. But, like, Patrick Waugh, like, won the Jack Adams Award as a rookie head coach with Colorado. Right? 2013? To the keyboard.
To the keyboard, yes.
To the keyboard, Jack. That should be a sound.
2014.
2014 Jack Adams Award winner, Patrick Waugh, with the Colorado Avalanche. I want to be... Travis, if you don't believe that the NHL is a boys' club of recycling head coaches, Travis Green is now the head coach of the Ottawa fucking Senators. Okay? It's bullshit. Because this is a league that talks all the talk about, like, we want to do right for the league, we want parity, blah 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 blah. We don't want, recycling and shit like that. And then they go do this crap. Then they go do this. Like, what the fuck? Make up your mind. Okay? Daryl Sutter, your former coach, 2-time Stanley Cup champion with the Los Angeles Kings, was the head coach of the Calgary Flames twice. Twice. Okay? They brought his ass out from the farm to coach the Flames. Okay? Like, Dave Haxtell, who was a disaster with the Flyers, got a job at the Kraken. Now, he's since been canned, but my point is that it's if or when Rob Blake and Luke Robitaille get canned by the Kings, right? There's a win here. Because right? Am I wrong?
I'd say so. If Blake got canned.
If Rob Blake gets canned as general manager of the Kings, they're probably going to hire Dustin Brown.
I don't think they're going to hire Dustin Brown.
But you know what the fuck?
I get what you're... I understand your point.
It's fucking stupid. Like, this is coming from a league that talks all the talk about, like, oh, we want parity in this, we want this and that, blah, 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 blah. And then you do this shit. Anyway, my rant is done for now. Thank God, because now I can use this button.
Or here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up.
Isn't that such a great button?
It is.
It's so great. Dave Chappelle, shout out to him, by the way. One of the goats of comedy. The Islanders this season should be significantly better. The Islanders gave up 25 third-period leads this past season.
A lot.
It's a fucking lot. If they gave up 10 of those, I would have been like, okay, this is a great team. And they are. They're a great team. Now, Scott Mayfield's back for this season. He played a majority of last season on a broken ankle, basically a shattered ankle. Mike Riley, who played great in his place, he's back on a 1-year deal. Anthony Duclair, who was the quote-unquote big ticket free agent that they signed, is not even the one I'm most excited about. Jack, I want you to look up the stats of one former KHL player, Maxim Siplikov.
How do you even spell that?
Maximts.
Okay.
It should pop up right there.
Yeah, that popped up.
Yeah. Look up his stats in the KHL last season. In 65 games. He is also 6'4", can move, and is a sniper. This is the KHL, keep in mind.
In 65 games, he had 31 goals.
Yep.
16 assists, so that's 47 points. Plus minus of 12. Good lord.
They got him. And for those out there who are listening, and there's a decent amount of you that are listening who are Islander fans, I want to be real here. The same people that say fuck you, Lou Lamoriello, he got that guy who is 6'4" and is a speed demon from the KHL. I'm so pumped about this guy. He looks like a hockey player. And he can hit too. Ooh. Ooh. He looks like Zdeno Chara, but like, faster and 4 inches shorter.
Everybody looks like a foot shorter than Chara, though. Like, that guy it's not human how tall he is.
Luke Skyscraper over there, by the way, should be in the Hall of Fame sometime soon. It's given he's going to be in the Hall of Fame soon.
Yeah.
It's a fucking given.
Basically.
But the big concern going around Islander camp is Ilya Sorokin had back surgery recently. And that came out of fucking nowhere because Lou does not say shit. Lou does not say shit. So, oh, Jesus. Also, in the Islander department, the Islanders lead 3-0 over the Rangers. Granted, preseason, but still.
A
Goes
lead's
by
a lead.
What?
A lead's a lead.
Lead's a lead. Lead.
Little.
Oh, boy. But I think their ceiling is 50 wins.
It's a high
They have-
ceiling.
What?
It's a high ceiling.
It's a high ceiling, but, I don't think they're going to pass the Rangers. Carolina's going to fall apart, which is exciting because, good Lord, the Hurricanes lost a lot. They lost a lot of pieces. So, it's a given they should fall apart. But then again, Ron Brindamore can fucking coach. So, there's a perfect example of a guy who was an out-of-market idea and who turns out to be a fucking phenomenal coach. Ron Brindamore. Former captain of the Canes, by the way. Jack, you done with puck
Yeah.
talk?
I'm not done. I was just wondering where you were going with that.
I went on a rant as per usual.
Okay.
I have a question for you. So, what the fuck? Bryce Young got benched earlier this week. Well, last week, technically.
Yes.
And former number 1 overall pick of the Panthers, out of University of Alabama, Heisman Trophy winner, you know the deal. 0-2 start, just disastrous start for his Panthers career last year and 2 games. Andy Dalton comes in and proceeds to destroy the Raiders because fuck football and fuck logic and everything that it stands for because I give up.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much of that game was the Raiders being bad or Andy Dalton being a sane quarterback. Like,
Regardless, football.
yeah, football, typical football BS, but that's just how we do things around here. Yeah, I don't really know what to attribute that to be honest, because it's clearly night and day between Bryce Young and Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is a proven veteran who's been able to win games for a few handful of teams.
Yep.
I don't know if I'd go as far as calling him like maybe a top 10 QB in the league. Obviously not. Probably not even top 15, but maybe top 20. He's got some kind of argument.
It's got a fucking argument. But Bryce Young has, if you were to put the blame, we love to play the blame game around here.
That we do.
As fans, as content creators, as podcasters, what the fuck. As Twitter users, whatever. We love the blame game. The blame game is fun.
I played
Right.
too much of the blame game on Sunday.
We all do. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
On game day, regardless of the sport, we love to play the blame game. The blame game
Exactly.
keeps everything going. There is no one you can blame more than David Tepper. You
Sure.
cannot blame anyone more than David Tepper at this point. The owner of the Carolina Panthers basically has punted on Bryce Young's development. Punted. Now, I get it. It's the Peyton Manning route. You want to start the first overall pick right away. I get it. I completely understand, especially if it's a quarterback. I get it. I completely understand that. But at the same fucking point, Bryce Young, even despite winning the Heisman Trophy at Alabama, was a project. He was a project. Why? Because the Panthers, from top to bottom, are dog shit. Jack, take over before I go on a rant.
Yeah, I mean, the Panthers, when you have an organizational problem from the top, that's certainly a huge issue, and it's like it felt like Bryce was always set up to fail. And
Mhm.
now, in my opinion, when you draft a quarterback at first overall, that guy's got to be the starter in week 1. Teams only draft that high because they've just had a dismal prior season, and they're trying to get a new. They don't believe in their old guy anymore, and they're trying to get a new centerpiece to build around. And when you're gonna use the most valuable pick in the draft on that centerpiece, the person who you want to be your centerpiece, I would say you kind of want him to be like there. Like you draft a quarterback first overall, that like have him be the guy.
You're not wrong.
And when it doesn't happen immediately, things kind of I'm gonna do what I love to do, and that's compare it to my own experience from what I saw with the Rams.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff in 2016.
Or, if you want to go back even further, Sam Bradford in 08.
I don't remember that far back, if I'm going to be honest.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah, honestly, good. I know it was bad. I do know it was. Oh boy, I'm just 2016. I remember pretty fresh somehow.
We don't mention your former coach. We do.
We will not mention, but he basically decided to start Case Keenum, even though Jared Goff was drafted first overall, and the quarterback play stunk. Keenum was not great, and they eventually did decide to play Jared Goff in, I think, week 10. Almost won the game, but then a few more other problems kept cropping up with the team in certain other areas, especially on offense. So at that point, it kind of became clear, okay, so quarterback is not the problem with this team. It's other things within the offensive system. And I think that kind of thing can sort of be applied to Carolina. Now that, because let's say Andy Dalton played the Raiders. The Raiders aren't a very good football team. Who do the Panthers play next?
The Raiders are a toss-up, let's be honest here. Because they did beat
Baltimore. They did beat Baltimore, yeah, but I don't think they're
a toss-up. The Raiders are a toss-up.
If you're insisting on calling them toss-up, well, fine. I'm looking at the Panthers' schedule right now on my phone. They play the Bengals next Sunday.
That's a bounce-back win for Cincinnati if there is one.
If assuming the Bengals can finally get their crap together, because they're 0-3 for some reason. They lost to the Patriots for some reason.
Fuck logic, I guess, huh?
Yeah, fuck where I was going with that sentence. I was about to say, like, they might, like, depending on who their opponent is. Like, if the Panthers played, like, the Chiefs next week or something, or not even the Chiefs, like a team like, I don't know, who's like a good but not like over the top team. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Washington?
Sure. Like if they played Washington and you look at the quarterback play, and the quarterback play compared to what Bryce Young is doing doesn't really improve that much, then I think you have a legitimate argument as to, okay, so quarterback isn't really the main issue. It's that we have an offense that just isn't being run well.
Okay.
So
you're right. You're right and you're wrong in this respect. Because if Andy Dalton continues to ball out, then it's a Bryce Young problem.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
You're right. You're right in the sense of it is a system issue, but could also be a player issue. Bryce Young was a project coming out of Alabama. He straight up was. There were concerns about his height, but there was concern about his size. Not just his height overall, but his build. Just straight up. He looks like a high school quarterback out there. He straight up does. Now, at the same point, if Andy Dalton continue on this fact, if Andy Dalton continues to ball out, what are the odds the Panthers trade him? Because it could happen. If the Panthers win and keep winning,
They trade Bryce Young or they trade Andy Dalton?
They trade Bryce.
Up
Let's-
there. Yeah, it's definitely. I think it's a realistic possibility, assuming he continues to ball out.
The team all around play better around Andy Dalton. The whole team did.
Here's what's a bummer is that we finally got another long-awaited good game out of Adam Thielen. And he's on IR. He's on IR now.
Oh, okay, right. Forgot about that.
They finally reactivate him and then he gets hurt. Is basically what I'm saying. I don't mean reactivate as in they like elevated him from getting hurt or whatever. Like he finally like it feels like it's been a hot minute since he's had like a legitimately good game.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean,
it's hard. Where do you trade him? Is the question here, because you have to trade him somewhere. First of all, he's been linked to the Seahawks, which they don't want him. Do you think they want him? I don't think they do. Because Gino's balled out. Who gets him? Who trades for him? Now, over here in New York Sports Radio has talked about, hey, maybe the Giants should get out of the Daniel Jones contract. They should trade him to Carolina for Bryce
I
Young.
don't know if Daniel Jones for Bryce Young is the greatest upgrade on either side. I don't think the Giants would take Daniel Jones. Or not the Giants, the Panthers.
No, they do not. Because that is a lopsided no deal. But you need to trade him to a team that you know is going to get the best out of him. You know that.
My only advice I can give to them, which I don't know if I trust Panthers ownership to follow this advice, don't do what the Rams did when they got rid of Ernest Jones. Don't trade him away for nothing. Get something out of him.
Oh, Jesus.
That was such a stupid trade. I'll never understand why they did that.
We'll keep going. We'll keep going on that later. One of these days we will, question the leadership of Les Snead.
Well, that won't come for a hot minute, probably.
No, it will not. Anyway, do you want to talk about the Bad Blood PLE that's coming up in Atlanta, Georgia?
I suppose so. I suppose we might as well.
So we have one match that has been announced.
Hang on. All right, go ahead.
Good man. You get the show. As per usual. We have one match that has been announced, and it's not even the main event of the whole show. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns do not play the fucking sound. I know you do not, because we will get copyright striked immediately. Don't even think about it.
Hands off the soundboard.
Good man. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns will team up to face Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu in a cage. Right? It's in a cage. It's in a steel cage?
I haven't heard nothing about it being a steel cage.
Okay. To the internet we go, I guess. Because I like being fact-checked. I love being wrong in this argument. But Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa will team up against Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. And let's put the Booker cap on real quick, because we like the Booker cap. I sense a heel turn incoming. And it's not for who you think.
Okay. This will not be in a cage.
It's not in a cage.
Not in a cage.
I predict Cody turns heel.
This doesn't seem like the type of match where he would turn heel.
But let's also look from a realistic perspective here. This match is not main eventing the PLE.
We don't know that.
Cody, this is what has come out so far. It is not yet confirmed, but from what we know from rumors, it will not main event the PLE. If you're going to have a perfect opportunity to turn Cody heel, it would be against Roman Reigns. Now, because you're not going to turn Roman heel now. You can't. But
I don't think it happens with Cody either, because Cody was the one who wanted Roman to, like, if you've seen the absolutely legendary promo that was on SmackDown last week.
Beautiful.
That was cinema.
Beautiful.
Cinema. Cody was the one who basically was telling Roman, I want your word that you'll have my back.
And people
so Cody's not
pissed.
going to turn.
And various people are pissed about this.
Oh, I'm sure they are. Dude, it has been a treat. It has been a treat scrolling through my For You tab on Twitter and seeing all of these toxic-ass Roman Reigns fan pages up in arms and, like, swallowing total copium seeing Roman team up with Cody.
It's not even just that. People are saying that Triple H is, like, destroying Cody's booking or some shit, which is like, okay, whatever. It's a random. It's for Hell in a Cell.
No, here's the deal.
This is Bad Blood is the replacement for the Hell in a Cell.
Yes,
That's what this is.
It's completely centered around Drew versus Punk.
If this were WrestleMania, different story.
They literally changed the Bad Blood logo to have the steel cage in it, or the
beautiful,
the Hell in a Cell in it.
Which, by the way, Hell in a Cell is not equivalent to the horrors of the Elimination Chamber, because all bets are off in the chamber. All bets are off in the chamber.
I mean, all bets are off in the Hell in a Cell too. But yeah, you're not wrong.
The chamber is more terrifying because
there's
6 of you. But
there's
anyway,
6 people. It's a very imposing structure, we'll say the least.
But we digress here. And people are losing their marbles on this. I will be the first to say this. This is going to be a fantastic match.
It is.
It'll be fantastic. But it's one of those things where you go, I know you hate this term, but I've told you this before, and a certain Philadelphia team will say the same thing in the past. We trust the process. Something is coming from this, and we don't know what, and that is what we will do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I often try to just keep that in the back of my mind while watching WWE. Like, I have friends who will always try and come up with, like, a theory of, like, okay, this is what Triple H is cooking, and this is what's going to be at this PLE. This is going to happen. Shut up.
We don't know.
Watch it, enjoy it in the moment, and let it play out.
We don't
just
know.
Let it go.
We don't know. And that is what makes booking amazing. Is even when you least expect it, we don't know.
I didn't expect what happened last night.
Yes.
Honestly, a lot of people didn't. So just let it. We'll get to last night soon, but
we'll get to last night next. Let's be honest here. But
we got the rest of this card to go through. So
yeah, well, we don't have what else is the card? Bronson Reed.
I just closed it.
Actually, what's the rest of the card?
Here's the rest of the card so far. So we have the Hell in the Cell between Punk and McIntyre.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. We have Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan for the Women's World Title, with the newly added twist of Dominic Mysterio hanging above the ring in a shark cage.
Shout out, by the way, to Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio for the custody of Dominic match.
That is incredible.
Survivor Series, by the way. Shout out to that.
So there's that, and then there's Cody and Roman versus Solo and Fatu.
Do we have another match incoming? Because
we might. I think it's possible. There's
Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman?
No. I don't think that's gonna happen because that's already been announced for the next Raw. On Raw, they're calling it a last monster standing match.
There is so much meat in this match.
Oh my god, it's insane. What was that?
That was a regular show.
Okay.
Where is it? Hold on, I have to find it. Got it.
I want to see 2 big men.
Oh my god.
With big with big chests. and big muscles. Bumming meat. That's why I'm here. That's why I watched wrestling as a kid. You want your 5-star matches? You want your 30-minute classics? Not me. Big meaty man slapping meat.
Anytime I get to use that sound, it's beautiful.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Jack, question for you. Who won the Intercontinental Championship last night? Wait for it. Yes!
Yeets. Me and my praying mantis bullshit, I guess.
You remind me of like Seth Rogen's characters Mantis and Kung Fu Panda or some shit.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It's just
I'm
like,
surprised you remembered that.
yeah.
Yeah, I have to like really
Motherfucker,
reach
How
out.
old do you think I am? I love Kung Fu Panda. It's like right there in my tower of bullshit of movies. I love Kung Fu Panda. What the fuck?
Kung Fu Panda's a good movie. It's a really good
It's a
movie.
great movie. Wait a minute. I'm older than you.
Yes. And?
You just said I'm surprised you remember Kung Fu Panda. Motherfucker.
Yeah, it came out in like 2008.
Yes. I was 11.
Oh, good lord.
Anyway. So did win the Intercontinental Championship over Braun Breaker, and Braun Breaker's reign of the IC title ended at 51 days, but I think this was a good decision.
I've had friends telling me the opposite, but I'm not in agreement with them. I think one of my friends' like big concerns is that the booking for the mid card on Raw is kind of in trouble because Jay doesn't really have feuds with anybody right now. And I was like, first of all, yeah, he does, because he's mixed up in the whole Terror Twins versus Judgment Day type thing. And yeah, Finn Balor could probably go for this. Wait, Finn has the tag title, I think, right?
Double champions.
Could be a double championship.
I don't know. I'll give you shit.
Carlito, maybe he could challenge for it. Probably not,
I
but
spit in the face of people who want to be cool. No?
no.
No? Damn it. Where's the button? No? Where's the failure button?
Where did it go? This is a live show, folks.
Wow.
We'll just play that one.
Wow.
Here it is.
Wow, that took way longer than I thought it would. What the fuck was that? That took way longer than I thought it would. That was beautiful. Beautiful disaster.
Jeez.
Oh, God help us all. Anyway, from a booking, not even from a booking perspective, from a draw perspective, Jey Uso clears Braun Breaker by a fucking mile and a half. Do you see how over this guy is with the
Yes,
crowd?
this is what I kept telling people too in response to them. They're like, "Oh, I don't know about the mid." Like, okay, sure, you can debate what's going to happen with the mid card booking in the future,
Okay.
fine. But do you not realize how over this man is?
Mm-hmm.
The whole crowd, the entire crowd. That was one of the loudest pops I've heard in a long time.
It was
From the crowd.
crazy.
Honestly, I'd be willing to say that was the loudest pop since Roman came back at SummerSlam.
It was nuts.
I in my short time watching WWE, I've never seen like a whole crowd be like so unified over one guy in a match like that.
I want you to watch Kofi Mania. Kofi Kingston winning the WWE title over Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 35 over in New York City. It is fucking amazing. That it took 14 years for Jey Uso to win a singles title. By the way, this whole main event Jey Uso thing started because Roman's best feud when he was just the Universal Championship was with Jey. During the Thunderdome era, during the pandemic, the whole reason Jey Uso got the main event pushed the way he did was because of his feuds with Roman during the pandemic era. It's the biggest reason why. And management was like, oh shit, this guy can actually do a singles run in the ring. Oh shit, he doesn't need Jimmy Uso at this point. Jimmy
And the
needs
crowd
Jey.
loves him.
Yes.
That's what.
It's the-
That's why I said that I love this too, because you have to get those moments like that every now and then. You have to
Yes.
have those moments where it's like the crowd just explodes.
Just
And
those
as-
explosions and stuff
Yeah,
and things. Because we love these things.
we do. But
These-
when it makes the people happy, and when all of those people are gonna go home that night and say, "Yeah, I just had an experience of a lifetime watching Jey Uso win this title and watching the whole crowd go
on a
nuts."
fucking random event night of Raw. On a random night of Raw.
Why you watch? That's why you watch.
Yes.
You wouldn't expect a title like that to change hands on Raw, and it did. Every now and then, it's a mid, like when you have a mid card fight on Raw or SmackDown. Every now and then, you should probably expect a title change.
We also, I want to throw this out there. Speaking of mid card titles, we might be getting women's mid card titles soon.
Yes, I've heard about that.
I'm
Those are
fucking
long overdue.
That is fucking long overdue. Long overdue indeed. And rightfully so. It's fucking, well, absolutely deserved. Jack, I want to talk about something real quick because this is not in your expertise.
I know nothing about AEW,
But
other than
I will-
Ricochet's
but I-
there.
I will inform you about everything that's been going on with AEW. I am not the biggest AEW fan on the planet. I think the product is lacking in some stuff. There's some talent on that roster, but there is a majority of the problem to why this company is not in the millions ratings where they should be is because of the booking and because of the writing and because of the in-ring performances. There's a lot of shit that contributes to why AEW is not getting the success that they should be getting. The last time they hit 1 million ratings was February of 2023. It was the last time they hit 1 million ratings. And people are just like, oh, ratings don't matter. Ratings don't matter. It's like, okay, the fact of the matter is this. If you don't have good ratings, you're not making money. Jack, you and I are Star Wars fans. We can have a whole fucking discussion about The Acolyte and how that show did not fucking draw ratings. It did not. It was a bad show all around. And people are losing their fucking marbles because The Acolyte
Lore
was
this, lore that.
it was lore this, lore that, bullshit this, bullshit that. But the fact of the matter is, it did not draw ratings. It didn't. And for the people that say AEW is still making money, I guarantee you, if that company went public, their books would probably be in the red. There's no way in fuck that company is making money the way they are. There's no way. And from a business perspective here, the rumor deal that's going around is $170 million a year towards it for AEW from Warner Brothers, HBO, and so forth. They're gonna go the Peacock route, which is stream AEW pay-per-views on Max, which is okay. That's honestly, it's a good idea because Peacock has done really well. WWE PLEs have done fantastic on Peacock the last few years. They've done great. They've done fantastic. Don't believe me? See the last 2 WrestleManias for details. But Tony Khan refuses to keep his mouth shut on a deal that isn't even happening yet. It's not even happening yet. We're only hearing rumors and reports of said deals. It may or may not even fucking happen. Okay? Let's just be honest. Let's be fucking honest. It's like, throw the Rams in there. It's like if the Rams were to keep, if the Rams were keep like speaking up about a potential, throw a random player out there, Todd Gurley extension or some shit. And they say, oh yeah, the extension's coming, the extension's coming, the extension's coming. And then Todd Gurley goes out and says, yeah, I got nothing. That's what this is. That is essentially what this is. This is smoke and mirrors for something that may or may not even be real. Now, we could speak on this until we're blue in the fucking face about ratings and stuff like that. SmackDown and Raw combined are having like 3 million viewers in terms of ratings. Okay? NXT is blowing AEW's A show, Dynamite, out of the fucking water. Okay? Granted, it's by like 20,000 viewers, but still,
that's a lot.
That's alarming for AEW's top tier show, Dynamite, to be beaten out by, let's be honest, WWE's developmental fucking program. It's a problem.
Yeah.
It's a fucking issue. And before you people say, oh, you just don't want AEW to succeed, yeah, fuck you. It's like, no. I love professional wrestling. Don't believe me? Kurt Angle's debut in TNA in 2006 is one of my favorite fucking moments in my professional wrestling life. Okay? Bobby Roode in TNA. I could go on the deep end on my favorite moments from TNA's glory days from their first 12 years of coverage from 2001 to 2013. I could go on a rant about this shit. Ring of Honor. I can keep going. But ratings matters. You're going to get canceled by television networks if your ratings suck. Okay?
Yeah.
That's just fact. That is just business.
That's not even a wrestling thing or whatever. It's just in general. Like, if you're not making money, if you're not making enough money to please the networks, they're gonna take you off the air.
Yeah. Jack, Google how much money Disney lost per episode of The Acolyte. I guarantee you it's in the millions. In one season, by the way. One season, Disney lost how much? It'll pop up eventually.
22.5 million on each episode.
Yes.
Yikes.
That's how much. How many episodes were there?
There were like, I don't even know how many there were.
Let's just call it there were 10. 22.5, you said?
22.5 million.
22.5 times 12.
Check this. I'm gonna fact check this.
Okay.
8 episodes.
Times 8. They lost $180 million through that one show. That one show, which was a fucking disaster. Okay? For those who think that ratings doesn't matter, ratings matters. Straight up, it does. Just straight up. And there's not even a fucking argument on that. Ratings matters. Hell, YouTube, perfect example. If you're not getting views on YouTube, you're not making money. Straight up.
Yep.
It's just fucking fact. It is fact.
It's how it works.
That's how it works. Jack, can we discuss the evil empire? The new evil empire.
The
in
new
this case,
evil empire.
The first order in this case.
Yeah, sure. First order.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, the Chiefs were getting all these calls beforehand, blah, 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 blah. Just Chiefs were getting... the Chiefs are the most penalized team in the league. Yeah, fuck you. It's like, okay. Yeah, sure. That's real. Okay, I'm getting a headache. Jack, take over.
I don't even know what your point was. Like,
The favoritism of the league dick-sucking the Chiefs.
I don't know. It's like
It's too obvious.
it feels weird in a way because we're looking at we're looking at last week's game between them and the Falcons, I assume.
And even last week's
Yeah, we are.
Last weekend's game too.
Yeah, I think this game between the Chiefs and the Falcons, it's tough to say favoritism per se, because whether that moment was pass interference or not, the Falcons still got the ball back.
Yeah.
The Falcons still had an opportunity to go win the game.
Yeah.
You get where I'm coming from.
No, I get where you're coming from here, but I do get where you're coming from. I absolutely get
But
where you're coming
I also get where you're coming from. The fact that it feels like every game so far this season, it feels like the Chiefs have gotten a major call to go their way or a major no call to go their way. And it's like, okay.
At one point, like you can't even hide it. At least at this point, I'm expecting it. We can get mad all we want. We can get pissed off all we want. We can get annoyed as fans. But sports as a whole has done this for decades. Don't believe me? The entire 80s and 90s era of Michael Jordan Bulls. The 80s, the 70s and 80s Lakers. You know? The fucking the Yankees. Oh, good Lord, don't get us started on the Patriots. You know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Favoritism is
Vegas, Edmonton, I deal with that a lot. I think there's a lot of favoritism.
fucking crazy shit. It's crazy shit.
I don't know. I don't love to complain about it because a team finally like unseated the Patriots as like the go-to like number one dynasty in the league, and people just want to blame the refs the whole time.
No, it's nice to see because the Patriots fan base is worse.
Yes.
They were hilariously worse.
But this fan base is Taylor Swift. So.
Oh, Jesus Christ me. Jesus. Where's the button?
That's not a rabbit hole that I want to go down.
I hope we don't get copyright strike from that.
Yeah, we better not.
That'd be hilarious. That'd be all sorts of funny. It'd be terrible, but it'd be funny.
Yeah. I'd laugh.
It's
not my channel.
Well, fuck you too, lad.
I'm just kidding.
So to get off topic here, Jack, I did show you I got the OG Xbox, right?
You did.
That thing is fun.
I'm sure it is.
It's so much fun. I love it. It's so great. Why am I whispering?
Why are you whispering?
That's weird.
It's not an ASMR video.
I had to. Me too.
You know what? I'm gonna let that one slide.
Yay! Exciting. Yeah. We like these things. Can we talk Seahawk football, please?
We already did, I thought.
Did we do it?
Briefly.
I'm losing track of everything. Hold on. Let's check the rundown.
I'm pretty sure you did. You mentioned, like I said, like they played a bunch of weak opponents.
Yes, I got one. Who's getting fired first? Mike McCarthy or Zach Taylor?
Probably Zach Taylor. At least the Cowboys have a win.
You sure? You sure?
The Bengals should not be 0-3.
It's Jerry Jones, dude.
I get that. Yeah.
Come on.
I'm just talking. I understand where you're coming from. I'm just talking from a what they should do perspective.
The memes. That was loud. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It wasn't that loud in my ears, so fine.
Oh, thank God. All right.
Nah.
Sounded like a goat.
It's because I'm the goat, you know?
Jack, how about this? Zach Taylor or Doug Peterson who gets fired first? That's easy.
Yeah, between those two, it's probably Peterson.
Do you want to get to game picks because we're dragging?
I guess so. I haven't gotten a chance to yell about the Rams yet because
Oh yeah, you haven't yet. That's right.
because they're still alive.
Still alive, motherfuckers.
I'm telling you guys right now, the season probably is dead if they lose that game. Probably. You can't give up after 2 weeks. You probably shouldn't give up after 3 weeks. But if they're 0-3, it's a tough hole to climb out of. It's a really, really, really tough hole to climb out of. And the Rams, thankfully, did not fall to that because while their defense vanished last week against Arizona, this past week, that means the same thing. Week 2 against Arizona, their defense vanished. Week 3 against San Francisco, was it the cleanest defensive performance to ever? No. But did they show up and make the clutch stops when they needed to? Absolutely. This team is alive. And a win over the 49ers is going to fire them up like nothing before. Like, oh my God, it's insane how good of a win that was. How the comeback fashion, Matthew Stafford cementing himself as a top quarterback in the league. Because let's be honest, you look at this was a weird game, by the way, I should say too. The amount of names that were missing on both sides. Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey,
Yep.
George Kittle, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, John Johnson, Darius Williams.
Tribe of Puka Nacua.
The tribe of Puka Nacua, indeed. You get what I mean, though. Like, all those names missing from this game on both sides. And how the Rams just found a way. The fake punt changed the game. I can't believe they pulled off a fake punt. Like, they haven't tried and done that shit since John Fossil was their special teams coordinator.
Jesus Christ.
Like, that was such a long time ago. And you're paying attention, right?
Yep. I'm just going through just checking some news because NXT is going on.
Fair enough. But yeah, I lost track of my point. Damn it. What am I doing?
Fuck my
Chaos. Chaos happened is what I'll
fuck my
say.
comment. What the fuck happened to the Steelers are 3-0.
Steelers,
Steeler
they're playing about how I expected them to. They got lucky with Justin Herbert getting hurt. I mean, I still think they would have won the game, but Justin Herbert getting hurt basically killed anything the Chargers had going for them.
Can we also I hate them. I fucking hate them. Every time I think the Steelers stink, every time I think of this team as dog shit, they continue to prove bullshit exists. It's stupid. It is fucking stupid.
Steeler football.
I hate it.
Steeler football.
Can we also... I have a question. The Seahawks play the Miami Dolphins. Granted, a two-less Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins' backup quarterback for this game... Well, the starting quarterback for this game was Skylar Thompson. He gets hurt. Tim Boyle goes in. So, I want to place the blame game on general manager of the Dolphins, Chris Greer. You're telling me you could not get a veteran quarterback to come in, learn that system in a week,
And play with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, you had plenty of time to get a veteran quarterback for your team or trade for one even and have yourself a chance to win. Because if this system, which is basically the Shanahan system on South Beach, is what we think it is, you're able to plug in any quarterback, any fucking quarterback, put them in that system, and they win, and they go off. Don't believe me? Brock Purdy. Porn star Jimmy. Yes, I will place that
Oh
button.
my god. Okay, now that one I'm shutting you down for.
Well, that clip was hysterical. that clip will always be funny. But you know what
It
I
will.
mean? It's
I'm
like,
the one that got up and left, and it was still funny.
It was fucking hysterical. But do you get what I'm saying, right? You got to place blame on somebody in this case, right?
Yeah. In most cases, when something like that is wrong with a team, the problem usually falls to the head coach. I'm not blaming the head coach in this case, though.
You
I
can't
think that
blame McDaniel in this one.
no,
You can't.
he didn't do anything wrong here.
Even he was pissed off. Like, what the fuck? He was infuriated. He's just, what the fuck? We're dragging, so let's head to game picks and we'll close out the show.
Sure.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christmas Christ.
I need the full schedule this week.
Game picks. Well, we have 5 games. We have 5 games
Okay.
that we're picking, so this will be relatively easy to do. 5 games, 3 NFC West teams, 2 primetime games, 3 normal time slots. All right, so we start off with the Denver Broncos going to New York to play the New York Jets. Trap game?
No. I think it's too early for a trap game. I think the Jets are going to win this game.
Oh my God. How long has it been since we've been able to say, hey, the Jets are going to win this game?
Last year, they've had a couple games where you look at them and you think they should have won.
And then they lost. Because fuck chaos.
Yeah, exactly.
We are dragging.
Aaron Rodgers being hurt made everything unpredictable, let's be honest.
I can see our tone and everything. We are dragging, dude.
Yeah, we are
It's
definitely
bad.
dragging for a bit.
We're getting to that part of the show where we're just miserable and terrible and shit because fuck everything. Jets win.
Jets win.
Your team, the Los Angeles Rams, go to Chicago.
I'm not going to guarantee anything, but the Los Angeles Rams should win this football game.
They should.
I have questions about the secondary still, but they're hurt. I'm not worried about the
Everyone's
pass
hurt.
rush. The pressures that are being generated by Jared Verse and Braden Fisk and Kobe Turner and Byron Young, those 4 are deadly. All they have to do is get to the quarterback or whoever's in the backfield and finish the tackles. They have been doing such an incredible job getting pressures in there at the very least.
Jared Verse is a good pick.
All I'm saying about Jared Verse is that it's most notable with him. If he can wrap up the guy and finish the tackle more often than he does, he would have like 10 sacks by now. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
So
Good.
yeah, that's just how I see it. The secondary, if they elevate Akella Witherspoon from the practice squad, then there's a trusted veteran presence on there.
Oh, they brought him back?
They did bring him back.
Oh,
He's
when
on the
was
practice
this?
squad a couple weeks ago.
Oh, cool. Fuck yeah.
Linebackers, I also don't trust right now. Rose Boom and Troy Reader have both been on and off, and it's
And
a little
Troy
just
Reader's been there
it's
for
too
a while.
inconsistent. Yeah, I don't love this guy, especially compared to somebody like the rookie Omar Spites. Like they talked him up a lot in the preseason, and it felt like they were going to make him the starter, and he hasn't even touched the field yet.
Crazy
So,
shit.
We'll see. But the Rams have their pieces on offense. Clearly, they proved last week that they are very much still capable of playing good enough football to win games. And if they play like they did for most of the end of that Niners game, they should win. If they carry the momentum, they get some of those reinforcements in there, they should win. They'll be back to 500. And then Darius Williams hopefully comes off of IR. And then you play the Packers. That game's a bit of a toss-up as things currently stand. And then you get your bye week and everybody's healthy. So.
Hey, we love these things.
Or most people are healthy, I'll say. So we'll see. But if the Rams play like they did to finish that after they were down 21-7, honestly, they played near the end of the first half, too. I thought they played pretty good football. So we'll see where things go.
Hawks don't play Rams until November 3rd.
That's going to be a little while, yeah. But, the Rams... The Bears don't scare me, I'll put it that way. They could win the game, but the Rams should win the game.
Next up, we have the New England Patriots, the upstart New England Patriots, at San Francisco. This senses trap game.
This actually does kind of seem like a trap game.
Do you?
Because I'm being totally honest and unbiased. The Niners should have a winning record by this point.
Yes.
They should be 3-0. I'll put it that way. They should have beaten Minnesota, but I can understand like they also have like the losing streak going there for whatever reason. They haven't won in Minnesota since the 90s. And I think so.
Wow.
And they probably should have beaten the Rams the way that game was going, the way that game was trending.
Yeah.
So the Niners are kind of playing, like, even in spite of injuries, they have a pretty good roster. Jawan Jennings is legit. I've always thought he's legit. They still got Brandon Ayuk. Ayuk looks terrible right now. So a lot of their top players are hurt, and the players who are there are players on paper they should be good, but they're playing really lethargic. They're playing kind of weak, kind of soft.
Like Trent Williams.
Even Trent Williams, I mean...
Crazy.
Trent Williams, by the way, this is to give you guys an idea, in case we haven't drilled it into your brains enough. Trent Williams is the 49ers O-line. Last week, he missed like the final few plays that the Niners offense was on the field for because he had to get an IV. So Brock Purdy was without Trent Williams protecting him for, I think, 3 plays. And on the 3rd play, sack fumble. Rams get the ball back. Niners can't score before the half.
Yep.
So
San Francisco, their Achilles heel is if a majority of their key pieces go out, they're an average team.
Yeah.
Straight
up. It's weird to think about it too, because Brock Purdy he's not a bad quarterback at all. But the games that he's lost for the most part, even the ones that he's kept them in, they're still losing. They were still in that Vikings game for a good chunk of it. They still lost. They were obviously, like I keep saying that they should have won. Like they should have beaten the Rams. They were in that game for so long. Brock Purdy kept them in that game and they still lost. It's such a weird thing to think about how Brock doesn't win without his targets, but it's through no fault of his own. Like, does that even make any sense?
It's more of the system. It's a system. It's the system quarterback cliche.
It's their defense too. I feel like
it's the system quarterback cliche.
Sure, but I think it's also their defense too. Their defense needs help.
Yeah, that defense needs a lot of help.
They are missing Dre Greenlaw. They're missing a few other pieces. Yeah. Talanoa Hufanga came back. He didn't look terrible. He didn't look good.
No, he did not. Next up, we go to Baltimore, and that city where the Bills take on the 1-2 Baltimore Ravens. Buffalo is also 3-0, and Josh Allen. I will say right now, the Church of Josh Allen shall make a return. And I think he is the overwhelming MVP favorite at this point.
As of right now, yes. I still on paper I would take Lamar, but that's just because it's Lamar Jackson. But at the same time, the Ravens, even in getting their first win of the season, looked shaky doing so. They almost blew a huge lead at the end of the game. Dallas got an onside kick And that in and of itself is saying something, because nowadays, under the current kickoff rules, onside kicks, yeah, you can only do an onside kick under the following 3 conditions. Number 1, it has to be in the 4th quarter. Number 2, you have to be trailing. And number 3, after you announce to the stadium that you are going to be attempting an onside kick. Stupid, stupid, stupid. That's so dumb. It takes all it literally, like, there was a strategic element of the game being able to just onside kick completely out of nowhere and fool the other team.
Yep.
That's part of the game on special teams, is that you are taught to be ready for that sort of thing. And now it's just like, if you know it's coming every time, if you still allow the other team to get the ball back, that is such a failure. I don't even know where to begin. And that's what happened with the Baltimore Ravens. They still won the game, but they almost blew it away. I right now, under current circumstances, I think Buffalo wins.
I think Buffalo blows them out. Baltimore's defense does not look good.
I've been very impressed by the Buffalo Bills this year. I really have.
Buffalo,
It feels like another kind of Kansas City type situation where they lost so many key contributors, but they're still balling out.
Who would have thought the Stephon Diggs trade would have benefited them?
Well, who would have thought the Kareem Hunt trade would have benefited the Chiefs?
You mean the Tyreek Hill one?
Tyreek Hill, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, tomato. Next up, we go to Detroit.
I always got their names confused.
Yeah, it's all right. They're both eerie similar in terms of their allegations and stuff.
I don't think we need to go down that rabbit hole.
Nah, we don't need to go down that rabbit hole. No, we don't have time to unpack all that, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's just get this last game out of the way.
We now go to Detroit, the Motor City, for Monday Night Football. One of the 2 Monday Night Football games this week. Seattle goes to Detroit to play the Lions.
I'm gonna sit here and eat popcorn while you come up with a way to make to see how the Seahawks win this game. I am genuinely curious.
I'm gonna toss up on this one. Detroit's better. Detroit is flat out a better team.
Detroit should win this game.
Detroit should win this game. I'm not the most biased individual in the face of the planet here, but like, Detroit should absolutely win this game. It's going to be Seattle's offensive line is in shambles. Anthony Bradford, good fucking lord, what happened to that man? Bradford leads the league in penalties, by the way, just throwing it out there. And it's just, what the fuck? Charles Cross is the only effective lineman on this team. And Connor Williams as well. But like, other than that, like, what the fuck happened? Abe Lucas needs to come back now. They're starting right tackle because George Fant's probably going to be out for a significant amount of time. Stone Forsythe, I like the guy, but good God, it's just, what the hell? He's going to have his hands full against Aiden Hutchinson, rightfully so. If Detroit loses this game, it will be by fucking miracle. But Seattle, for some weird, godforsaken reason, has Detroit's number as of recently. So, actually, they are undefeated against the Lions since 2015. So,
I don't think that lasts.
What?
I don't think that lasts.
I don't think it lasts too, if we're being brutally honest here. Bias completely aside. Detroit should win.
Yes.
And I think it'll be close, but the Lions should win this game. It'll be a defensive fight. These two teams are going to fight each other, and I'm here for it. I love old school football like this. Can we also, before we close out the show, did you see that Mel Kiper basically said give her the too high safety thing?
I did not.
You didn't see this? Mel Kiper basically said, we need more offense. To sum this up, paraphrasing here, we need more offense. Stop playing too high safeties. Like, what? I'm sorry, but isn't Mel Kiper in his 60s?
I don't know.
Isn't Mel Kiper? Hasn't Mel Kiper Jr. been around with ESPN since like 86? Okay? Like, do we not need to remind ourselves the fact that he's lived through some of the greatest defenses the league has ever seen, from the mid '80s Chicago Bears, like
1984 is when he was hired.
1980. He saw the '85 Bears. We can arguably say that is the greatest defense to ever grace a football field. From 1984 to 1986, the Chicago Bears had the greatest defense in the history of the NFL. He also lived through the no-fly zone Broncos in 2015, the entire Legion of Boom era, Belichick's Patriots in the early days, and those were good defenses in New England. All those defenses were good. Blitzburg, the 90s Steelers, the 86 Giants with Lawrence Taylor decided to go apeshit and help the Giants win their first Super Bowl in franchise history. I'm sorry that Patrick Mahomes is not going off for 500 yards a game. I'm sorry that your favorite teams are not just going apeshit for 600 yards of total offense. I'm sorry. Because defense is fucking awesome. We are seeing for the first time in over 15 fucking years, defense is making a comeback in this league. Right?
Yeah.
It is amazing. I'm sorry that quarterbacks are now starting to average 250 yards passing a game. When was the last time we've been able to utter those stats? A game. Again, week 3. But still, in the age of modern NFL offense.
With the mobile quarterback and everything.
Yeah, with a mobile quarterback and everything. Okay? Lamar Jackson is averaging 1,000 yards rushing a season. Averaging. He's going to shatter Michael Vick's rushing record by next year. Hell, even this year. He's going to break Michael Vick's rushing record in fewer games. Okay? He is not a particularly great passer of the football. He can sling that shit. We're well aware. He can fling it 80 yards at will. But you're seeing a lot of quarterbacks now, including your boy Mahomes, that are throwing for under 300 yards a game and winning because defense rules.
Yes.
Shocker. You need to play defense in this game.
You do.
Shocker. Who would have fucking thought?
This is why, especially with football, they always say defense wins championships, because it's just how it goes. You have to get the stops on the other side of the ball. You're going to spend most of the game, not most of the game. You're going to spend at least half the game without possession of the football. In most cases,
Amen.
you gotta do what you can when you don't have the ball. You gotta stop the other team. Straight up.
Amen to that, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, we've been doing this for an hour and 30 minutes. Good Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Jack Mitchell of U Stadium and of the sunny state of California.
Have the sports desk too. Don't forget about that.
And the sports desk too. Completely forgot about that. My bad. That's on me.
Yeah, we're doing that again now. It's the first time in a while, so don't.
Hey,
I don't blame you.
Awesome. We love this shit.
We do.
Staniel Smooth. I'm coming to you from the lovely beaches of Long Island, New York. I'm part of the Bev Sports and Belly Up Media Networks. This has been Time to BS with Staniel Smooth. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow the show, and all sorts of jazz and stuff and things. And we love crazy shit because, you know, we're weirdos. Reasons.
Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you all in this life and more certainly the next one. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen.
Peace.